Good morning. What's going on? It's the 4th of January 2020. New year 2021, I should say. Still in the habit of saying 2020, but yeah, 2021. Let's check out the daily price action on the daily candlesticks, starting with the euro. Let me just get my pen going. Yeah, euro's been in this uptrend since breaking this out of this consolidation range. And as you can see throughout December, we've continued that trend, starting to test this trend line that's been respected as support. We put in this 2-bar reversal pattern towards the end of last week, but I'm not sure how much we should respect that, given as the volumes are pretty low between Christmas and New Year. Not sure if any of the big hedge funds or banks would be trading that much. Maybe just keeping an eye on things. So yes, it's a price action says that it's a reversal, but should we break above this, and I think we can see 124 this week. 123 was the resistance, so keeping an eye on that today. But a bit of a muted start for the forex pairs so far. But it is Monday morning. Probably going to have to wait for the US session to come in and see where things head for 2021. Looking at cable, I've drawn this rectangle here because you can see how December was extremely choppy, very difficult to trade. The cable, if you are looking at the daily bars, is probably one you should have avoided. But starting this year, we're starting to see some normality. This trend line is not very obvious, but it seems to be providing the resistance at the moment. So is this 137 big round number, which was also, if you look at the weekly chart, which was also resistance here, or support, sorry, back in 2018. I've also talked about this decade-long trend line that we've been in, that we broke out of, and we closed outside of in December. So things starting to look pretty rosy here for the pound. As you can see, this trend line was respected resistance 3 times over the course of 10 years, and this closed in December, and also these lows put in since 2016, 2017, 19, and 20. We're starting to see some bullish price action. And 137 was support back here in 2018 and also 2009. So if we can close above 137, then I think a move towards this resistance here, this level 143.50, could come into play. Although I'm a bit nervous of, if you look on Twitter and everything else, everybody seems to be calling pound as their trade of the year. But if you look at the deal that was negotiated and agreed upon between the Eurozone and the European Union and the UK, then it's a bit of a hard Brexit anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if we see some selling off in the pound after such a raise in after seeing some buying pressure in December. Maybe it's kind of buy the rumor, sell the fact type trade is what I'm thinking of. So we might see some kind of retracement, maybe coming back to this this trend line that was resistance for the over the 10 years, it might become support before we start to move up higher again. So 132 might be a level to keep an eye on. There's also this trend line which was support either. So let's see what happens around this 137. But I wouldn't be surprised to see if we come back and test a few of these support levels, 135 on 134.83, then 133, and then 132, all key levels for me on the pound. UI seeing a bit of dollar weakness here in the morning. We're testing this December low. I'll be talking about this trend channel, or this weird kind of wedgy trend channel, which has been respected, and around about 102.50 seems to be the support area if we close below December low. So this will be the support area that I'll be looking at to see what happens. But as long as we stay within this this trend channel, I'm pretty neutral on this pair. Below this is 101, which was the low back in 2020, I believe. Let me just double check that. It might be a bit rusty. Yeah, 101.15. So if we can close below here, then, or outside of this trend channel, I think we get a test of this support area. So quite a way down to go there. So UI was in fact my best pair. Made 12R on it last year. And when you're compared to the other pairs, nothing really came close to me. So a lot to work on the other areas, but I really seemed to enjoy trading UI last year. So I hope that continues, even though it was a bit choppy looking on the daily stuff, but hourly seemed to be good. GY or GJ, again, December, extremely choppy month of trade. So hopefully we have a little bit more direction stepping into January and 2021. The support areas to look for is probably going to be this big round number 140. Should we come back into that, and 139.75, a close below that would expose 137.85, and also this this trend line that's acted as support a few times, but a bit messy. I think it's going to take a few days for GY to sort itself out, unless we get a close above 141.25, and we push towards 142, 143. So yeah, a bit messy. It's going to take a bit of a push to get out of this this choppiness on GY. So don't really want to spend much time talking about this because it's a bit of a mess. But let's look at the weekly. Maybe something is a bit clearer. This trend line is going to come into play around 142, 142.70 even, which was resistance back in August or September. Was that September, the first high? Yeah, so keep an eye on that, and support around 136, 137. Let's have a look. What was that? 136.80. Yeah, extremely choppy. Not sure what else to say, but GY is going to take a big move either direction just to find a bit of momentum or something. EY, we were stuck in this range throughout December, like 100 pip range. We attempted to break it a few times. This is a false breakout. We didn't even test the lower the support side of this range. And again here it seems to reacted at 127, and now we're getting a nice sell-off. So I expect the support of this range to be tested, and following this false breakout, although it's not the clearest, it happened around the end of December, which is a pretty tricky time to trade. But the price action suggests that we get a break of this support and a test of this big resistance that was back here in October, November, and just before December of 125. So maybe we need to pause here before we continue the uptrend higher, or a close below that, and we sell off down to 123. Aussie dollar was a good year for the Aussie dollar. If you look at what the weekly chart is like and what the yearly candlestick will look like for 2020, here's where we opened. This is going to be a big wick, and we closed as a big bullish pin bar on the year. So you would expect this uptrend to continue for Aussie dollar. There's plenty of room left to test this. These couple of highs here. Oh, it's this triple top. Sorry, let me get rid of that. You can see that. Just checking. Yeah, these three highs here. We've got enough room at 81 to 25. Yeah, so a couple of 100 pips until we get to that resistance area, which I think we're destined to do, especially after that. Especially after a year like 2020, you would think that we should have enough momentum to go and test this area, but we could consolidate between 74 and 77.50 before we get there. So yeah, it's been a good pair to trade recently, Aussie dollar. So keeping an eye on that. Yeah, should we come back, this is the support area, but resistance 77.50, we're already there. Enough said about AU. UC, I need to clean up this chart a bit. It's a bit of a mess. I would recommend clearing all the lines off your charts and starting again for the year. Maybe you'll see something that you might have missed. So it's a good exercise to do. I probably have to do that this week, actually. Yeah, UC testing this December low. Let's see where we go from there, but we're in a really nice downtrend, and this previous support acted as resistance for us to get there. So a close below that, and I think we can see a more momentum in UC. I've talked about this before, but if you look at the weekly chart, then this double test, this huge reaction, pretty much to the pip in the second quarter of 2020, and then we've just been on we've just been selling off since then. So I expect 120.60 to be a target for the bears, but how long it'll take to get there could take all year. We could consolidate between this December low and this 129.50 area, which seemed to be this big pivotal level historically. So we could come back to find to test this as resistance instead of support this time before we continue this downtrend. Gold seems to be the only thing that's moving at the moment. This morning, we've had a nice breakout. If you look at the hourly chart, overnight we gapped at higher 10 points as well. So we cleared this December high already, and and we've been on a bit of a tear this morning, or today, since the open yesterday. So yeah, big day for gold so far, and we've also broken out of this trend channel that I was on about. So I expect it to test these highs that we put in back in August. Nice uptrend. Yeah, everything's looking good for gold. And if you haven't looked at the Bitcoin chart, then where have you been over Christmas? And gold is the digital. Gold is the digital gold Bitcoin. I'm not sure. Just check it out. And FTSE equities seem to be catching a bid this morning. Let's see what happens there. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up today. I'm a bit rusty, and I got some other things I need to do. But happy trading. Good luck, guys.